So welcome everyone. This is our cardio and core class. Let's see how many calories we burned today. I'm gonna start right now since I do want to see what we burned throughout the entire session, not just a workout. Um, let's go ahead and start warming up, just looking left to right. So last time we did our cardio and core class or workout, we burned, well, I burned about 250 calories. I think some of you with the fitness trackers were not too far from me, either right below or right above the calorie count. So we're looking left to right, stretching out our neck, up and down. So just like our um, aerobic interval training class, we're gonna follow a similar template with this one, where we're gonna increase 5 seconds every week. So now we're up to 35 seconds and so forth. By the end of the last month of the term, we should be next circles. We should be about a minute for every exercise. So if you're staying consistent, if you're not missing, or if you are missing but you're doing the recordings, you should be able to manage the progressive uh, adjustment we're doing. So 5 seconds per week isn't too bad. Switch. Pretty much like if they're doing jumping jacks, an extra 5 seconds, you might do an extra two jumping jacks every week. So body should adjust. So our snow angels. Yeah, Julian had a good time. Um, what else? My mom, when she's gone camping, she's used to showers, so this one didn't have a shower. So I don't know if this campsite was her favorite one because of that. Um, but yeah, and then I used a lot of baby wipes this weekend because there's no showers and I ran quite a bit. So train that right arm across. Morning. Got couple new folks in here. Go ahead and switch. So yeah, week 3 of our 10-week summer session. So let's go with trunk rotations. Cloudy morning. Too bad. Oh yeah, I think the other Monday interruption I do have, I think I mentioned, is on July 7th. That's when my little sister's getting married. So I think they start at 10 a.m. So yeah, so that's gonna be another early start, not Monday. All right, let's go our ab circles. So let's do 6 on each side. Big hula hoops, big hip circles. Uh, I had a lot of chicken. Uh, my sister also brought, I forget what they're called, lebanache. It's like a flatbread with, I think she was calling them like, it's not the correct name, but I think they're go by like the Armenian pizza. So I had a lot of that, really good. Um, Anyone's had that before. You know what I'm talking about. Switch. Had that. Some s'mores because Julian remembered about the s'mores, so I had to go get some s'mores for him. Yeah, but nothing too crazy. I feel like sometimes we're just running off like soda and chips. It wasn't like that this trip. So, all right, let's go with hip openers. So remember, we try to spend a little bit more time on our warm up on Mondays, just in case you weren't as active on Sunday. Yeah, I did some nice runs, and I was stopping as much as I wanted to because I just wanted to enjoy the scenery, and I wasn't running with anyone else, just by myself. Yeah, there's like a lot of grazing farmland right next to the ocean. So it's kind of neat to just see a bunch of cows, just hanging out there. And, right next to them, there's pelicans and seagulls, and the ocean's right there. It's just pretty neat. Go back. There's a lot of groups that were there that just showed up for one day and left the next, like just there for about 16 hours. So that was a little surprising to see. Switch. Let's go ahead and do a hamstring stretch. So slight bend at the knees. Lay down. Stretch. Chest towards your legs. Let's bring your glutes towards, grab your ankles and glutes towards your ankles and then stretch. 6, 7, and 8. All right, last one's our deep squat. So wide stance, drop your hips down, torso's up, separate your knees at your elbows. Good amount of people right now. Good morning. And just shift your weight left to right and rise. Awesome. All right. So equipment for today. Um, yeah. So equipment for today. We'll have our yoga mat. You could have maybe one light dumbbell or two if you like to, but it's completely optional. And then, yeah, mainly using just our body. So just body weight exercises for today. So go ahead and grab those items. Might want to grab some water, have that handy, and we'll get started. Let's start in the next 90 seconds or so. Okay. Start this timer, give you 90 seconds. All right, so as I mentioned, every set we do is going to be 3 exercises. Okay, so usually it's going to be 2 cardio and 1 core. So the core could be either standing or on the floor. Okay, so our first one's going to be, and a lot of these you might be familiar with them. And we won't switch them too much throughout the next 10 weeks. We'll keep them, but we are going to increase the amount of time that we're doing these. And it's still about 20 of them. So there's a lot of variety. And I like these because usually these are going to be the ones that move your joints in several directions that they're meant to be moved. Okay, so first one is going to be cross high knees. Then you could be as passive as you want, or as you warm up, be a little bit more dramatic movement. We're also going to do side step jacks. That's going to be our second one. Okay, and then we're going to do some reverse crunches on the floor. That's where we lay on our back and we kind of roll our knees towards our chest. And we're going to be doing each movement for 35 seconds and each set twice. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 sets. And out of those 7, 5 we're doing twice. And 2 of those sets, or 2 sets, we're doing just 1 round because they're a little bit more taxing. Okay, very good. All right, let's go ahead and begin with the cross high knees. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. So just right here. Cross high knees. Now the first few sets, I usually start off a little bit more passive, not as crazy. Kind of still consider this first set a warm-up, just more of an active warm-up. 3, 2, 1, time. Okay. We have 15 seconds rest in between. Next is going to be our side step jack. Okay. Folks are ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Side step jack. Remember, arms are moving like a jumping jack. Getting some nice shoulder rotation there. And a little bit of cardio from our legs. Some abduction going on with our legs. 10 more seconds. Just keep moving. Don't worry, we'll start sweating soon. 3, 2, 1, time. All right. Next is our reverse crunches. So let's get on the floor. We're on the floor. And you'll see we are on our back and we're gonna roll our legs towards our knees. Our legs towards our chest. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 35 seconds. So you start with like a sit-up position. You roll your chest, your knees towards your chest. 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. This is where we get our 45-second rest, okay? 45 seconds. We're going to do that round a second time. Okay. In case you have your fitness tracker on, I have mine. I'm at 56 calories since, again, that's including the warm-up. So 20 seconds, and we're going to go back to our cross knees, okay? So remember, if you're feeling better or really warm now, then you can do more exaggerated movement. 10 seconds. And once we complete the full set, then it's usually like 90 seconds to 2 minutes rest. And begin. 30, 35 seconds. Remember, last time we did this workout, we burned about 250 calories. There's a total of how many movements? 15. 5 times 3. 15. 30. Yeah, so this workout should be about a few minutes longer than last time. 3, 2, 1, time. Okay, 15 seconds. Remember our side step jacks. Remember, if the side step jacks are a little easy, then you can do jumping jacks. But we have jumping jacks in the next round. Ready, go. 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. All right. Reverse crunch back on the floor. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Go. So roll your knees to your chest. Fifteen more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. 75 calories right now. All right, so we have a minute and 15 seconds. All right, so we got hammies to glutes. So now we have this movement. So working on our knee joint and then also on our hamstrings. Side pulses, working on our quads, knees, and hips. Okay, anything that's from here to right above your shins. And then high plank. So a high plank is pretty much being in this position or elbows, or you could alternate and do a commando plank. So, all right, 35 seconds. Everyone's good so far. Just remember, hammies to glutes. Got 10 seconds. 80 calories right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and begin. And the wider your steps, the more range of motion you're getting. Because you could easily just stay right here, but you're not getting much range of motion. But if you take wide steps, then you're working the hips a little bit more. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. side pulses. Okay, so side pulses, it's like a quicker lunge. We're alternating. 35 seconds of those. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And we raise our arms just so we get a little bit more out of it. A little bit more upper body. Never hurts. More seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, high plank. So remember, on your hands or on your elbows. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. I'm gonna go on my hands for this first round and then on my elbows. So you're just holding on your hands, or you could drop on your elbows, or you could switch to make it more challenging. Jab. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. 95 calories. All right, we're gonna take a minute 15. Catch your breath. Okay, and for these hammies to glutes, we're gonna also incorporate our arms on this one, okay? So at about a minute left, breath. How's everyone doing? Pretty good? 100 calories right now, so not bad. Is anyone struggling right now? All right, see, thumbs up. All right, if we're feeling good, yeah, just keep it up. Remember, if anything feels funky or causing pain, you could always just skip it, okay? Or get a little bit more recovery. 15 seconds. All right, here we go. So remember, we're using our arms too. Hammies to glutes. 3, 2, 1, go. Take some more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Side pulses. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Side pulses. Right here. Quicker. It's not a full lunge. Okay. About halfway down for a lunge. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, we have our high plank. I'm gonna go on my elbows for this one. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 35 seconds. Got it. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Okay. Minute 15. All right, this one is just one round. It's gonna be a high knee progression. So we get a little bit faster on that high knee. That one's for 45 seconds. So every 15 seconds, we're gonna pick it up. We have butt kickers. So butt kickers, we're right here. Okay. And then our last one is gonna be standing waist pincher. So pretty much doing this motion, working on our obliques. Okay. We're doing 35 seconds on each side. 30 seconds. This is just one round. Okay. One round, 120 calories. Anyone else tracking right now? How many calories have you burned? Ready? We have our high knee progression and begin. So 15 seconds, just marching. We're just marching right here. All right, now we're skipping. So do the skip. Just get on your toes. And now we're gonna run off the ground. 3, 2, 1, time. Woo. That one always gets me. Butt kickers. We'll start those in 15 seconds. All right, we'll start those in 5 seconds. Butt kickers, 35 seconds non-stop, and begin. So again, you could go slower or you could go. You slow down a little bit, go back to a walking one. Once we catch our breath. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Woo. Okay. Standing waist pinchers. Get some air in here. So remember this one? Up here. And bring your elbow towards your knee. Okay, 35 seconds on each side. Ready, and begin. 15 seconds on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, the other side. 35 seconds. Just keep moving. 15 more seconds. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. See, now you folks know why we only do one set. Was that one more taxing? Okay, so for this one, since we're halfway through, we're gonna go like 2 minutes rest. So we still have about a little bit over a minute and a half. How's everyone doing? Let's see. Ooh. Hello there. Good, yeah.
Todo bien, Juan. Todo bien.
Bien. All right. I don't know if it's just like if I'm just have some lingering camping I don't know what you'd call it um, rollovers, but yeah, I'm feeling it. Running as cardio compared to this type of cardio is different, if you know what I mean. I feel like this is a little bit more taxing. So 40 more seconds. So we have 2 rounds of this next set. Jumping jacks. Okay. Jumping jacks, inchworms. So stand up to a hand plank and then come back. And then we have Russian twists on the floor. Okay. 20 seconds. Have your water nearby. 15. All right, here we go with jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1, go. 35 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Inchworms are next. Okay. Remember inchworms, so start in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inchworms, 35 seconds. Stand up. Draw into a hand plank. Remember, this is all at your own pace. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Oof. Russian twist. We're on the floor. Remember this one. We are reclined back and elbows towards the back. You're a little bit more advanced. You can elevate your ankles and do that as well. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 35 seconds. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. Oof. All right, so this is where we get 1 minute rest. Okay, and we're back to jumping jacks, inchworms, and our Russian twist. Good job, everyone. "30 seconds. We're about halfway through the workout. 15 seconds. All right, Neelam, we're doing well. Good. Let's see who else. Miss Noor, Miss Tui. Ready? Here we go. Jumping jacks. Begin. 35 seconds. Keep moving. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Time. I think we're gonna burn more calories than last time. 10 seconds. We have inchworms. Ready? Three, two, one, go. Just crawl to a hand plank and go back. 12 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Russian twist. 20 seconds. Good going, folks. 10 seconds. Oof. 3, 2, 1. Go. Elbow towards your back. Sure, really rotate your torso. 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Woo. That was set number 4. Okay, so we have 2 more sets where we're gonna do 2 rounds, and then I believe. Okay, so this set is one of the more taxing ones. So this is mountain climbers. So mountain climbers again, push-up position. And you're gonna bring your knees towards your chest, or you could go a little bit faster. And the second movement is gonna be a sliding sit-up over on your back, right here, and slide your hands towards your knees. Ready? We'll start in 25 seconds. And we have 2 rounds of this one, but this one's only 2 exercises. The mountain climbers usually, that's enough to be 1 exercise of its own for a set. 10 seconds. Yeah, we're gonna burn more calories than last week. Good stuff. 3, 2, 1, go. March. If we slow down, then slow down. You need to pause for a second, then pause. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Okay. We have our sliding sit-ups. So remember, sliding sit-ups, hands on your lap, slide your hands towards your knees. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Hands towards your knees. Just slide them. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, 1 minute rest. 45 seconds rest, sorry. Good job. Oh no, we're having some people fall off. 30 seconds. Ooh. Is anyone struggling? Like, you're ready to throw in the towel, or is everyone still good? Okay, I think everyone's still good. For our first timers, good job. Joining on our third week is not the easiest thing, so give you a round of applause to you. Okay, so mountain climbers, 3, 2, 1, go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Get it. Doing well. Right. Sliding sit-ups. This one's 40 seconds. Okay, so we'll get a little introduction of next week when we increase it to 40. 3, 2, 1, go. Slide your hands towards your knees. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, almost there. Okay, 1 minute rest. Okay, this one's a little bit on the intense side. Okay, so 35 seconds. We have 2 rounds. First movement, pop squats. So from here, jump and squat, and then back. Okay. If that's too much, just give me a sumo squat, sumo air squat. Okay. But if you can, do the pop squat. Reverse lunge kick. First side, it's gonna be on the right for first set. Reverse lunge and then a kick. Working on some balance and some strength. Okay. And then our next one after that is gonna be elbow to opposite knee. Okay, elbow to opposite knee, working on our obliques. Okay, we have 10 seconds. Pop squats is the first one. 220 calories. 3, 2, 1, go. Your torso upright. You don't want to bend over too much. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Reverse lunge kick. That's one of those that takes your breath away. Whew. Good job, everyone. Good job, Olivia, Teresa, Sharice, Milan, Tui, Sarame, Safina, Ramon. Ready? Okay, go. Good job, Ella. And job. Reverse lunge kick. So again, I'm just working on one leg. This leg right here, the leg that's not moving very much, that's the one that feels like it's working the most. 3, 2, 1, time. Oof. Okay. Standing oblique, cross oblique is next. Like 235 calories, so yeah, we're almost surpassing last week's 247. Ready? Okay, go so opposite knee, elbow to opposite knee. So really roll your shoulder to that opposite knee. It's not too much about the elbow. It should be more about the shoulder. It should be shoulder to opposite knee, not elbow really. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 minute. It's a little different when I do the workout with you folks instead of just telling you what to do.
It's not that hot, but it's humid.
Yeah, yeah,
Icky.
I hear you. Like I was lifting earlier, but it was a lot slower, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of nice." But with like the sweat going, it's
Yeah.
I almost feel it's gonna be 3 showers today.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, good job. Keep it going. Pop squats. 240. Yeah. So with 3 rounds to go, we already met what we did last week. Okay. Okay, go. Good job. Good way to start the week. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Okay, so now reverse lunge kick. That left leg is the one going to be reversing and kicking, okay? We're going. Doing good. All right, ready? Okay, go. Reverse lunge and kick. Whoop. 15 more seconds. Oof. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Elbow to knee. And then our last set is just one round. Okay. Shoulder to knee. Shoulder to opposite knee. Ready? Okay, go. 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. Ooh. 1 minute. All right. So this last one, we're going to be doing power jacks. So you guys know power jacks right here. And we have plank dips. So we get on a plank and we roll our hips side to side. And our last one is a little bit more of like a cool down. That's going to be Superman's. So belly down, chest up, legs up. If you're going to do a little bit more advanced Superwoman here. So we're going to go and do a lat pull down motion as you're laying down. Okay, so 25 seconds to go. So I think we're going to burn about 40 calories more than last time. So that's what the extra 5 seconds. Pretty cool. You make your exercises 5 seconds longer, and you've earned yourself a half a slice of pizza or a couple more pepperonis. All right, ready? Power jacks. Okay, go. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, our hip dips. Remember on a plank, when you roll your hips side to side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You go, so roll. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Superman's. Okay, so belly down, feet off the ground, chest off the ground. Last one here. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest up, legs up. 35 seconds. . 10 more seconds. Chest up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Yeah, everyone. Ooh. I'm gonna stop my watch soon. High five. Sakina, Ella, it's Tui, Maria, Olivia, Elam, it's Ramid, Anna, Sharice, good job. Ramon. How's everyone feeling? Ooh. Is anyone there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow today. Slow today.
All right, yeah. So as mentioned, we burned about 40 calories more than last week's session, and that's just by adding 5 seconds to each movement, which isn't much. So we're gonna be doing the same. So yeah, so next week we should be over 300 calories when we complete this workout. Ella, you got your hair. It looks like you worked.
Yeah, my style is gone.
Very good. Let's go ahead and cool down. So let's go a little bit trunk rotation. Let's rotate here. All right, good job, Mr. Rahman. Teresa, you're good. Lydia. Neela. Tui, we good. Let's switch. I think after. Oh, go ahead.
I survived. This is my
Yeah.
first time.
Oh, yeah. There you go. What'd you think?
It's too intense for me.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
Yeah.
was doing with the little jumping, not much
Yeah.
jumping.
Yep. Good. Yeah. Just find the alternatives. And yeah, no, you'll be okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job. Let's bring that left ankle on that right knee. Oof. Do you guys want more rest in between exercises, or was that just right? Ella's like, nah, or maybe. That smile is deceiving, Ella. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So let's push down, gentle push down.
But yeah, I'd say to the new people, if you need to take a break, that's fine.
Hmm.
And especially if you're going to hang in all the way to the end, like the people who are still here.
Yeah, I know. I saw like every 5 minutes someone was dropping off. I was like, oh, start at the half hour mark. It was like, I think we started with about 17. Now there's 11 of us. So
Yeah.
I know how people have other things to do, but yeah, I mean just do what you can. Um, no need to feel disappointed if you um don't do everything as planned. It's like I tell my athletes sometimes I do these workouts for them, and they look nice on the notebook when I'm writing them out. I'm like, oh yeah, like this looks good. I think they can do it. And then we just show up to the track, and sometimes they get poor sleep, or this gentle push down, or they don't eat well, or they're just overwhelmed with something in life, or it's just windy or hot, and then just things don't go accordingly. And today was a little muggy. Let's bring that knee up. So, yeah, just do what you can. And I know I also have I have my my clients that when I write out their workout, it's hard to say how long they're gonna take, but I have a good ballpark idea. And sometimes they ask for a 90-minute workout, and it turns out to be closer to 2 hours. And yeah, so I'm like, hey, like, I didn't anticipate, and then let's just do our hip openers. I didn't anticipate maybe the recovery to be longer in between sets, because there could be some workouts where you take 1 minute rest in between lifts. or there could be some other ones where you're just exhausted and you take 2 minutes. But when you're doing 20 to 30 sets of lifting, you know, that could add easily an extra 20 or 30 minutes to your workout. So, yeah. So again, this is just, you know, the progressive fitness that we're doing here. So as long as we're feeling good and not like we're gonna just faint or pass out, you should be okay. Just make sure you're hydrating. Yeah. All right. So yeah, stopping the clock at 298 calories. So good stuff. Any questions before we head out? No.
Thank you, Julio.
No, bien, Julio, gracias.
All right,
What
folks.
should be
Anyone?
the heart rate should be, how much high should be going
Okay,
up?
so right now my average throughout the whole workout, I was at like 95. That's including the rest. But when I look down, there's sometimes where I'm at like 140 or 150.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think even last week, I don't know what we were doing, but I looked down and I was at like 180. I think it was
Wow.
I can't remember, but it was one of the taxing ones. But yeah, so for Mondays and Thursdays class, you could expect your heart rate to go a little bit higher. But if you're on my Tuesday and Friday class, maybe it should be like 120, 110, 130, somewhere a little bit lower. And then
Okay.
for the stretching classes, I'd be shocked if we get over 100.
Okay.
So yeah,
Good.
but the idea is to get your heart rate up for
Yeah.
these. So if we're
It
doing
got
that, I'm sorry.
150. It went highest mine today.
Yeah. So yeah, if we get there a few times, great. But if you feel like you're there a lot of the workout, then just maybe on one of the exercises, just skip it completely to kind
Yeah.
of just
Right.
regulate that. So yeah, and I mean I'll do that sometimes. So if you need to take extra rest, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So
I did that way.
good,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Listen to your body. So
Yes.
you know how your body feels. I don't know exactly
Exactly.
like I said how you slept or everything, but if
Uh-huh.
you are just feeling a little bit off, and there could be one day where you feel great and you're like, oh man,
True.
like am I getting out of shape because last week I felt a lot better and today I don't, or you know, so if sometimes your body just does that, where it could be you had a cup of coffee and that caffeine in there made you feel a certain way. Or
Oh.
maybe you ate a certain fruit or something, maybe the sugar in the fruit. So it could be so many factors. So your body's not always going to be the same. I mean, we're not robots where we're going to be automatic. So yeah, we eat different things and we sleep different
Okay.
amounts every night. So yeah, it's going to change. So
Okay. Great. Thank
great
you so much.
good stuff. All right, ladies, folks, enjoy your Monday,
Okay.
and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Julio.
right.
Bye bye.
Of course,
Thanks,
have a good
Julio.
day. Always take care. Bye.